I was shipwrecked on Snake Island, the forbidden island guarded by snakes. The shipwreck, Hook. Fishermen on the Brazilian coast share a warning, not about storms, not about pirates, but about an island, a beautiful island surrounded by crystal clear waters and white sand beaches. From afar, it looks like paradise, but the locals refuse to go near. They say the island is cursed. They say it's Snake Island and it's full of deadly snakes. But that's not the real reason why the fishermen refuse to go there. Because as soon as someone reaches its shore, the snakes begin to watch. And some teams, they protect something much older than themselves. I know this because I was once trapped there, and what I saw on that island still keeps me awake at night. The perfect beach. It started during a fishing trip off the coast of Brazil. The ocean was calm that morning, the sky clear, everything felt peaceful. Until the storm appeared. It moved faster than anything I had ever seen. Within minutes, the sea turned violent. Waves crashed over the boat. The engine failed. And before I could do anything, the boat capsized. The last thing I remember before losing consciousness was seeing an island in the distance, a small green shape surrounded by mist. When I woke up, I was lying on a beach. White sand stretched along the shoreline. Palm trees moved slowly in the wind. The water was crystal clear. For a moment, I thought I had been saved. The warning from the village. Later, I would learn the truth. The island had a name, Snake Island, and the fishermen who lived in nearby villages avoided it completely. At night, they sometimes saw strange things moving along the cliffs, large shapes, much bigger than normal snakes, and sometimes they saw glowing eyes watching from the jungle. But no one dared investigate, because according to the oldest fishermen, the snakes on that island are not just animals, they are guardians, protecting something hidden deep within the forest. The first sign. At first, the island seemed empty. The beach was quiet, the jungle dense and green. But as I walked toward the trees, I noticed something strange. The sand was covered in trails, hundreds of winding trails, as if something had crawled across the beach again and again. Then I saw the first snake. It was small, golden colored, and it watched me carefully before sliding back into the grass. I kept walking, but the deeper I went, the more snakes I saw. The forbidden interior. The jungle on the island felt different from any forest I had seen before. The air was thick, heavy, and strangely quiet. There were no birds, no monkeys, only the sound of leaves moving slowly in the wind, and occasionally, the sound of something slithering across the ground. Then I noticed something else. The snakes were everywhere, on branches, on rocks, hidden beneath leaves, but none of them attacked. They only watched, as if waiting. The sound in the night. When night fell, the island changed. The jungle became darker than anything I had experienced before, and that was when the sounds began. A deep movement in the forest, branches snapping somewhere in the distance, something large moving slowly through the trees, much larger than any snake. Then I saw them, two glowing eyes, far inside the jungle, watching me. The night movement during the second night on the island. I woke to a strange sound. It wasn't the rustling of leaves, nor the sound of snakes slithering. It was something much heavier, something big, very big, moving slowly through the forest. Then I saw something impossible. The snakes began to move at the same time, hundreds of them, slithering in the same direction, as if they were responding to a command, as if they were following something. Then, at the top of the cliff, I saw two enormous shadows, and giant eyes opened in the darkness, much larger than any snake. And at that moment, I realized something terrifying. Perhaps the snakes weren't keeping the secret. Perhaps they were trying to keep it trapped there. The cliff. The next morning, I climbed toward the highest cliffs on the island. From there, I could see the ocean stretching endlessly toward the horizon. But something else caught my attention. At the top of the cliff stood the ruins of an old lighthouse. It looked abandoned for decades, yet the ground around it was filled with snake trails, hundreds of them, all leading toward the lighthouse. The hidden entrance inside the lighthouse, the air felt cold. Dust covered everything, but something strange caught my eye. A trap door in the floor, and surrounding it, dozens of snakes. They were coiled quietly, watching, but they did not attack. Slowly, the snakes moved aside, as if allowing me to pass. The secret below, beneath the lighthouse, was a stone tunnel, old, ancient. The walls were carved with strange symbols, symbols that looked far older than the lighthouse itself. As I walked deeper into the tunnel, the air became colder. Then I heard it, a slow movement in the darkness, a heavy sound sliding across stone. The Guardian. At the end of the tunnel, I saw it, a massive snake, far larger than any snake I had ever seen. Its body thick as a tree trunk, its scales dark and ancient, and its eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. It did not move toward me. It simply watched, as if guarding something hidden behind it, something the island had protected for centuries. The true purpose behind the giant serpent. I noticed something even more disturbing. A stone chamber. Inside it stood an ancient object, a carved statue of a serpent coiled around the earth. The symbols on the walls suggested something impossible, that the island had once been a sacred place, a place where ancient people believed the snakes were guardians of the world itself, protectors of something buried beneath the island. Something that was never meant to be disturbed. The escape. Suddenly, the massive serpent lifted its head, and every snake on the island began to move. I could hear them above me, hundreds of them sliding across the ground. The island had decided something. I was not supposed to stay. I ran. Through the tunnel, up the lighthouse stairs, back toward the beach, and somehow, a passing boat saw me and pulled me from the island. The villagers' reaction. When I told the fishermen what I saw, they were not surprised. One old fisherman simply nodded and said something I will never forget. The snakes are not the danger. They are the warning, the unsolved mystery ending. Even today, Snake Island remains one of the most forbidden places in the world. No one lives there. No one explores its interior. But fishermen sometimes report something strange at night. From their boats in the distance, they see movement near the old lighthouse, and sometimes they see glowing eyes watching from the cliffs. eyes far larger than any normal snake, which raises a question the villagers refuse to answer. If the snakes are only the guardians, then what exactly are they protecting beneath that island? And what would happen if it ever woke up?